My video is on energy types, work, power, and the work-energy relationship. There are many types of energy in this universe. Some important ones are kinetic, potential, and heat energy. Kinetic energy is the energy of motion. It is found using the formula K equals 1/2 mass times velocity squared. Potential energy is the stored energy, and the formula for this is potential energy equals mass times gravity times height. On Earth, gravity is 9.81 meters per second squared. Potential energy also includes gravitational, spring, electrical, chemical, and nuclear energy. Another important type of energy is heat energy. Heat energy is the waste energy that happens when you have an energy transfer. And energy is just the ability to do work, and its unit is joules. Work is the release of energy in a moving object. The formula for this is work equals force times distance. Power, which unit is watts, is how much work gets done in a certain amount of time. Another way power is used is as horsepower. 1 horsepower is equal to 745.7 watts. Let's get a little deeper into these topics. Work is a scalar quantity that has joules as its unit. When a force is applied to an object through a distance of motion, work is done. Work involves a transfer of energy from one object to another. To solve for work, we use the formula work equals force times distance. Power is the rate at which work is done. The unit for power is watts, or joules per second. To solve for power, you can use power equals work over time, or you can use power equals force times distance over time. Kinetic energy is a type of energy, so it has the unit joules. Kinetic energy is the energy of motion. To find kinetic energy, one must use the formula 1/2 mass times velocity squared. On the roller coaster diagram, you can see that the most kinetic energy would be at the bottom, where it is going the fastest, because kinetic energy is the energy of motion. Potential energy has joules as its unit as well. Potential energy is a stored energy. There are many more types of potential energy than there are types of kinetic energy, because there is gravitational, spring, electrical, and nuclear energy. Gravitational potential energy is found using the formula gravitational potential energy equals mass times gravity times height. Once again, gravity on Earth is 9.81 meters per second squared. Potential energy of spring is found using potential energy equals 1/2 the spring constant times the change in distance of the spring squared. On the roller coaster, because potential energy is a stored energy, or gravitational potential energy is a stored energy, the most gravitational potential energy is at the top of the hill at point C, because the height is the greatest there, so it can store the most energy. Work and energy are related. Whenever work is done on an object, its energy will increase or decrease. When an object gets work done on horizontally, its kinetic energy will change. And if the work is done vertically, or if it's lifted, that means that it's gravitational potential energy.